Good morning, Cappuccino. Miss Castro here. Today is Tuesday, March 17th. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the students who were working really hard yesterday. So I want to give a shout out to Edith. Edith was going ahead and working on her own, picking subjects to work on outside of what I had assigned. Way to go, Edith. And Yasleen for figuring out how to get online, even though she was having problems at home with her computer. She figured it out and got going. And to Ana Clara sent me a picture of her warm-up. I love that. So when you finish your warm-up, if you can take a picture and send it to me in Canvas, I would love to see it. All right, so here we go. Let's get going on today's warm-up. Very similar to yesterday's warm-up, okay? So yesterday, we did combining like terms, the distributive property, and then both together to simplify, and then solving. So similar situation here. So we're starting off with combining like terms. So this time it has a minus, so I'm going to rewrite it. 3x plus a negative 7x. Oh, I should have given you time to do it. Oh, forget that, okay? Never mind. Here, copy down the warm-up. You try it. Okay, so rewrite it and you try it. So I'm going to pause for a second. Pause. Okay, you can pause the video yourself and do your work. And before I actually go over the solutions for these, you could use a calculator, but I'd really rather you not use the calculator. No calculator. Instead, let's use a number line. Okay, so I'm going to set up my own number line since we don't have any of our resources from the classroom. I can't just give you a number line, so I'm going to make my own number line. So I just took a piece of scratch paper and I am going to make a line, and I'm going to put 0 in the middle, and then my positives go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully that's enough numbers. If not, I can make another number line for bigger numbers. And to the left go my negatives. So -1, -2, -3. So I'm making my own number line. And you are welcome to make a much bigger number line if you want to. Okay, so now I'm going to use that to help me with my warm-up. So I'm all set. Rather than using my calculator, I'm going to use my number line. So number 1 here, I'm going to rewrite it. 3x plus -7x. I'm going to parse, underline plus sign, underline, slash, slash. Notice these are like terms, so I can combine them. 3x's plus -7x. So I'm going to use my number line. I'm going to start at +3, and then negatives are to the left. So I'm going to go 7 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where did I end up? At -4. So this ends up being -4 x's. There's my answer to number 1. Okay, number 2, I need to multiply. I have -4 groups of 2x, and I have -4 groups of 5. So I'm going to write this again. And then I'm going to multiply. -4 times 2x, a negative times a positive is a negative. So -8x. And then -4 groups of 5 is -20. Okay, if this were a problem in math space, math space does not like plus and negatives. It doesn't like that. So if you end up and you're in math space and you're trying to type in plus and negative, and this is a little shout out to Selma because I saw Selma needed a little help with this in math space. If you're trying to put in plus and negative, math space goes, I don't like it. So math space is going to want you to write -8x minus 20. This is the same as this, because we could rewrite this, right? We could rewrite this as -8x, change it to plus a negative. Okay, these are equivalent. This is how math space would want the answer. All right, there's number 2. Okay, number 3. Notice I have to distribute 2 times. I have to distribute here for the first term and here for the second term. So I'm going to rewrite 2 times x plus 4 times x plus negative 6. Now I'm going to parse it, underline, underline, plus sign, underline, underline, done. Multiply, multiply. So I have 2 groups of x, that's 2x, and 2 groups of 4. 2 groups of 4 is 8. And then over here I'm adding some more stuff. I'm adding 4 groups of x and 4 groups of negative 6. 4 groups of negative 6, that would be negative 24. All right, now I'm going to parse again. Underline, plus sign, underline, plus sign, underline, plus sign, underline, multiply, multiply. Now I can see my like terms. 2x plus 4x. Okay, those are all positive, so I'm doing good. Don't need my number line yet. 2 plus 4 is 6, so 6x. Now I have my other like terms, 8 and negative 24. Holy cow! That's going to take a big number line. Okay, so I'm going to make another number line. I'm going to make an open number line. I have to do 8 plus negative 24. When I have a big number, I actually like to use the commutative property to rewrite it with the big number first. I'm going to write this as negative 24 plus 8. So I'm going to make an open number line, which means that I start with this number, negative 24. And I know positive 8 is going to be to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start here and I'm going to go to the right 8 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is going to be right here. 8 spaces to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what number is that? Well, if this is negative 24, this is negative 23, negative 22, negative 21, negative 20, negative 19, negative 18, negative 17, negative 16. So that's negative 16. This is called an open number line. And it's really helpful when I'm trying to add big numbers. They don't fit on my little number line, so I use an open number line. Okay, so 8 plus negative 24 is the same as negative 24 plus 8, which means I start at negative 24 and go to the right 8 spaces. My answer is negative 16. So back to my warm-up for this problem. 8 plus negative 24 is negative 16. Now, if this were in math space, if I were putting something like this into math space, how would it want me to write it? It would want me to write 6x minus 16. When you have plus and negative, math space wants you to write it like that. Okay, so remember that when you're in math space, it does not like the plus and negative. It wants you to change it back to minus. Okay, the last problem, you're going to start it just like this problem. So you need to rewrite it, and then you need to distribute. You need to multiply out 2 groups of x and 2 groups of 4. And over here, negative 3 groups of x and negative 3 groups of negative 1, just like this problem, until you have it simplified. Once it's simplified, then you can start solving, because it equals negative 10. So I'm just going to tell you the answer, and I want you to see if you can do it, and then take a picture and send it to me in Canvas. Okay, send me your answer in a picture. Take a picture and send me that picture. Send me your answer in a picture in Canvas. See if you can figure that out. Send me an email. Okay, Canvas email. See if you can do that. I know Ana Clara did it yesterday. That was awesome. So let's see if more of you can figure that out. Send me a picture in Canvas. Email it to me. Hey, if you're having a hard time with Canvas, you can also send it to me at the school. Okay, my email address, acastro@smuhsd.org. Okay, there's my email address. You can send me that work at that email address if you're having a hard time using Canvas, but otherwise use Canvas. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you the answer to that one. I'm going to let you send it to me and I'll tell you if you got it right. All right, so today's lesson is we are going to be solving equations with x on both sides of the equal sign. Our last notes that we took were like this, where we had x's on one side of the equal sign. Today, we are going to have x's on both sides of the equal sign. So we're putting this into our notes. So here's my equal sign. I'm going to put a line on it so you notice it. Notice x's are on both sides. So I can't do 2x plus 4x because they're not being added. There's an equal sign in between. I cannot combine like terms. They're on different sides of the equal sign. But what I can do is I can get rid of this one here. I have positive 4x, so to make it go away, I'm going to minus it. I'm going to minus 4x. Now, to keep the two sides equal, to make it fair, whatever I do on this side, I have to do to this side to keep things equal. So I'm going to minus the exact same thing over here. So now 2x minus 4x is negative 2x. 2x minus 4x is negative 2x because I have more negatives than positives. I still have my plus 5. 4x minus 4x is 0. That goes away. And I still have my 23. Now I can solve like normal. X equals negative 2x equals negative 2x plus 5 equals 23. So what's happening here? I'm timesing by negative 2, and I'm adding by 5. So the opposites, I need to minus 5, and I need to divide by negative 2. 23 minus 5, again, you could do it with an open number line. I'm just going to go ahead and do it in my head. 23 minus 5 would be 18. 18 divided by negative 2 is negative 9. I realize we did not send you home with your multiplication tables, so you might want to use a calculator. That's okay. If you want to use a calculator while you're solving these, that's fine. But on the warm-up, try and do it without a calculator. All right, so I have my answer. Now what? Check. Let's check and see if it works. So when we check, we need the original problem. 2x plus 5 equals 4x plus 23. I'm going to put in, substitute for x with my negative 9. 2 times negative 9 plus 5 equals 4 times negative 9 plus 23. So I'm going to simplify this side first. Underline plus sign, underline, multiply. 2 times negative 9, that's negative 18. Negative 18 plus 5, that's negative 13. And then on this side, underline plus sign, underline, multiply. 4 times negative 9 is negative 36. Negative 36 plus 23. Negative 36 plus 23. You know, if you want, go ahead, use a calculator. If you don't need to use a calculator, don't. I'll go ahead and just show you on a calculator. Negative 36 plus 23 equals negative 13. So notice this side is the same as this side. That means I got it right. Happy face. Okay. Next example. What if the number on the right is negative? Okay, so you can pause the video and copy this down. Okay, here we go. I have my x terms are on different sides. I don't like that. How do I get rid of a minus 4x? I need the opposite. I need a positive 4x. Negative 4x plus 4x equals 0. If I do something here, I have to do the same thing over here. So 2x plus 4x is 6x. I still have my plus 5 equals negative 4x plus 4x is 0. I still have my 23. Now I'm ready to solve. X equals 6x equals 6x plus 5 equals 23. So x is being times by 6 and then added by 5. So I need to do the opposite, minus 5, and then divide by 6. So 23 minus 5 is 18. 18 divided by 6 is 3. My answer is x equals 3, but I'm going to check, make sure I'm right. I'm going to copy my original problem, and I'm going to substitute in for my x's, both places, with 3. So I have 2 times 3 plus 5. Does that equal negative 4 times 3 plus 23? Okay, I'm going to do the left side first. Underline plus sign, underline slash. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. Now I'm going to do the right side. Underline plus sign, underline, and slash. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 23. Oh, if you need a calculator, go ahead. Get out a calculator. Negative 12 plus 23. Did it work? I got 11. Do the two sides equal each other? Yes. Happy face. My answer is correct. Okay, so yesterday the math space assignments were number 7A and number 7. So finish those first, and once you finish those, start assignment number 8. Number 8 is going to be problems like these with x on both sides of the equal sign. All right, if you have any problems, send me an email. Remember my email address? You can send it through Canvas, or where did I just write it? Or you can send me an email at acastro@smuhsd.org. Looking forward to hearing from you. Miss you already. Bye-bye.